Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
We're gonna pop it off. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Man, my do-rag was crooked and balling off all in my eyes. When I turned the camera on, let me fix this real quick. But I didn't know it was looking that bad. Peace and love, y'all. Good morning. I'm on my way to work. You know I got a lot of stuff in my way. Oh man, y'all, it has been like so much happening, man, and like at this point, it's just like, man, if we're not seeing the signs of the times, it's unfortunate, you know. The world is changing for the better in the end, but it's definitely gonna be some ugliness on the way to a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many different examples I could give or scenarios I could discuss about things that's currently happening. I think the most important thing that I'm finding in this time, not even most important, because it's really hard to even rank them right now. Like it's just so much happening. So much happening, y'all. So much happening. And we definitely have to make sure that we know exactly, precisely what time it is, or we will be out of time. Right now, there still is time. But if we're not careful, we'll be out of time. So, last night, I caught up with one of my brothers, and we you know, we had some real conversation about just where we are right now, you know. And in discussing where we are right now, you know, we both shared experiences, things that we're going through, things that we're dealing with. And even though our situations, our scenarios were not the same, right? Like as far as like my current actions and involvement is not exactly the same as his current actions and involvement. And I don't mean that in the sense of saying one was good, one was bad, one was greater than the other. Not saying it like that. I'm just saying like the things and experiences that he's been experiencing have not been the same experiences that I've been experiencing, but the lessons that we have been learning have been the same. Like, the moral of the stories has been the same. So even though, oh, that was crazy, you're going real fast for no reason. Even though, you know, we're in two different parts of the country, you know, even though we're in different climates, even though we're in different environments, even though we have different acquaintances, different co-workers, we're still experiencing some of the same outcomes, or you know, what we gain or understand from these situations is the same. And that is something to think about. It's something to think about, the fact that we can be in two totally different lives, two totally different worlds, two totally different situations, but be learning the same valuable lessons in this time. What could be the cause of that? What could be behind that? How could it be that, and I didn't mention different ages, we're different ages, you know. You know, we kind of spoke about, you know, certain things that we're seeing, certain things that we've been around. I like when people speed past you only to end up right beside you because there was really nowhere to speed to. Like, okay, you sped past me to say what? Well, I mean, only to switch lanes, you know what I'm saying, and then end up beside me or behind me at a red light. I've never been one to do that. Like, I'm not gonna like pass. I've never been a guy to do that. I've never been a person to speed past. Like, I know I'm gonna get there. And a lot of times it looks like we get there still at the same time. Sometimes I even get there first. But man, that's that's even something there though. One thing we came to an understand or discussed last night that we do both understand in this time is that you know, I expressed that, you know, I've had thoughts that, you know, say maybe I didn't take advantage of opportunities I've had at times to make moves, and I waited, and I was not prepared, and I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't go to college right away, and then even when I went, I didn't finish college. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, I've never experienced the on-campus college life. I never got to experience that. I don't have any degrees. You know, I didn't make it to the NFL or the NBA. I didn't, I'm not the, the most known or most accomplished music producer, and there have been times in my life and in my career where I felt like, maybe I should leave all this alone, maybe it's like, what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I should just forget about it. Maybe it's over with. You know what I'm saying? I've had thoughts like that throughout my life, you know what I'm saying? And we talked about that, but we came to an understanding that even still, man, it's not too late, It's not too late for us to still become who we were supposed to become, and for us to be who we were supposed to be. It's not too late. And that was important. That was valuable. Y'all, sometimes I want to cut these off because I need to, but then sometimes I'm like, man, but I need to say this stuff, man. But, it was just the understanding that, man, it's not too late for me, for him, even though, situations didn't turn out the way we thought they should by the time we thought they should. We understand that, man, maybe God was preserving us and preparing us for a particular time. And so when we talk about all the things that's currently going on in the world, if we're aware of the time, we're seeing a shift in the world. We're seeing a shift in power. We're seeing a shift in the status quo. We're seeing a shift in the way things have been. And we're transitioning into a new time. And time is relative, not a measurement. If we put ourselves in that box to go off of a time, off of an age, off of a number, man, we may count ourselves out of some things that have our names written on them. Sometimes the way God designs it is that everybody else gets theirs first. And it's to see, will you be angry that they got theirs first? Will you be upset? Will you be mad at them? Will you hate on them that they got theirs first? While you sat with nothing? But see, as you were sitting with nothing, you weren't sitting, you were working. You were figuring things out. You were listening to God. You were talking to God. You were, aligning yourself with God. And so, here it is. And, we're talking like, like I was born in Macon, Georgia, but I was raised in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, So I was taken out of Macon at an early age. So while I was growing up in North Carolina, elementary, middle school, and stuff like that, down in Macon, Georgia, around maybe when I was in, middle school, gang activity in Macon started, to become a big thing. And, I was in North Carolina. I would come down and visit. Our family came down to visit in Georgia, but the thing is, man, my screen look dirty, y'all. I'm sorry. The thing about it is, I was shielded from the gang life by being raised in North Carolina. We don't know how my life would have turned out if I would have been here around that, you know. But I was moved out of here to North Carolina and put in a place where I was in a protected space, in a sense, you know, for an appointed time. I think it was 14 years to be exact. And then I came back to Georgia. Now, by the time I came back, you know, I mean, I guess the gangs are still active here now, but I came back in 2003. But I was done with high school, so I didn't really know people, you know, outside of my family. You know, I didn't really know too many people here when I came. So, you know, I wasn't a threat. I didn't have no history. I didn't have no altercations with people growing up. So I didn't have to really worry about people bothering me. So I've been able to be here and you know, begin working towards whatever it is I was working towards. Now, the problem is I didn't always have a plan as to what I was doing and how I could work this, but I was pulled out of a situation to protect me and prepare me for a particular time. I was preserved for a particular time. I have been preparing and being prepared for a particular time. And me understanding time now, my partner as well, my brother, as well, is that we didn't get ours yet, right? And you know, sometimes you even find yourself questioning God, like, you know, am I doing something wrong? I'm a good person. You know, like these things we were talking about. Like, I'm a good person. I treat people right. You know, at least now. You know, and it's like, man, you know, let me know. But you know, God sometimes has a plan. Not sometimes. God has a plan. And you know, it's when you understand God's plan that God's plan can take action in your life, you know, or like even when you don't understand, he's still preparing things for you, you know, and then when you're ready for them, they're yours. So, you know, it was just good, you know, to have that convo with my brother, you know, and to see, even with the different experiences that we're having in the different states, different climates, different ages, different environments, different people, different jobs, you know, that even in all that we've been going through and all we've been dealing with, you know, I'm trying to see how I can get that sun off. Can y'all, is that sun, what I need to do? It's like, it's coming in regardless, but y'all see my messy truck. There's some shirts in there. There's just a box of shirts and my gym bag underneath with my for the squat pad. But it's even with all the differences and the, you know, that we got going on, we learning the same valuable lessons, and we understanding that, man, we've been preserved, protected, and prepared for a particular time. And even though everybody else seemingly already got theirs, even though it's like we never hated on the next person. We've always cheered on our friends and our you know, who our friends and family who have achieved certain levels of success. The people who are doing it, the people who we see, the people who we admire, from celebrities or you know, just anything, like, you know, all the people who we might feel like, man, they got theirs, you know, already. We still working. You know, in my mind, man, I'm about to be 38 this weekend. I'll be 38 on Sunday, y'all. September 18th, I'll be 38 years old. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'll be 38. Man, those grays are starting to come a little bit more in the top of my head. It's things are changing. Things are definitely changing. But said all of that to say, and I hope that this all makes sense. We've been preserved, prepared, protected for a particular time, and we're seeing in this shift that we believe that God is saying, y'all, it's about to be your time. You know, for what you've gone through, for what you've endured, for your patience, for you still supporting others in what they have. You never looked at them and said, how he get that? How did she get that? How did he do that? How did she do that? Why come? Why the pastor got a new car? Why the pastor got a new house? Y'all remember that on Don't Be a Menace? But yeah. We never took that route of hating on the next person for their success. Instead, we chose to love and support and just trust God that, man, hey, maybe we got to keep grinding. We got to keep working. And, you know, sometimes we be on, sometimes we get off, you know, we be motivated, and sometimes we're not motivated. And, you know, these are the changes that we go through and the processes that we go through. That's my mama calling. And but through it all, we find ourselves here, and we're grateful, and we understand the time, and that it's okay that we haven't experienced certain things already. God is doing something magnificent, and man, I am ready to receive whatever God has in store for me. And I hope that you're preparing yourself and doing all the necessary things that you need to do, because I'm definitely gonna do my best, you know, to prepare myself for the time and for what's to come. So peace and love, y'all. I'm gonna go. I gotta call my mom back, and y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.